Alright, hey guys, it's June 13th, 3:15 p.m. Um, yeah, weekend of activity. I think my last video price was kind of coming down here for Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm on the Bitcoin 15 minute. Um, my last video, Bitcoin is kind of coming down here. I wanted to get some structure, hopefully, so that I could get a better target down here. So we broke the golden zone in the opposite direction, but we still had a nice algo target here that got tagged. And the other really nice thing is it gives you this range of if this is going to be an ABC, the spot you want to see it is right at this 50, so right at the 100, sorry. So like it's already on there, but I'll show you how so you're just measuring this, and this. Here's the 100 and the 1272, the most common spot for a C to N, somewhere in between there. Coincides with the 50 of this move. So I was a buyer right here, and I was a buyer right here, and then I had a lot more buy orders down here that didn't get filled. But I had a decent chunk right here. And so it looks like we kind of double bottomed on that, and then now we're off to the races, which is amazing. That's exactly what we want to see in the crypto market. I'm stopped out a lot of my alts. During this move, I think I got stopped out a lot of them for, like a break even. I wasn't, during this whole period, I was pretty much keeping my stop losses extremely tight or even in small profit. I'm not really interested in giving any of my alts a lot of room. Um, Sorry, I'm going to go to this Bitcoin dominance chart. This chart, Bitcoin dominance, I really do I think is going to keep going up. So for now, I'm less interested in trading alts. If I see some very good setups, I'll probably take some small swings, um, and probably on some of the stronger coins. But for now, I think I'm gonna stick with Bitcoin, or at least focus on it heavier. So let me get some of. I also happen to put a pitchfork on this. It was a shift one, and I mean, that was a really nice pitchfork. A lot of confirmations there. That led me to be a buyer along this line, and then I was a buyer down here on this, just above this purple, and I got a fill, 720 or something, just above the 50. So um, again, I was kind of hoping maybe this one would come down, maybe get a volatility spike and just fill some orders that I had along this median line, but we never got it. So now we can kind of zoom out and get a little bit more, where's this thing going to go? Because that's an amazing bounce off a 50. And, Bitcoin looks like it wants to, finally maybe get out of this range and perhaps start moving, further up in this channel. Maybe we even have to like take this one off. It's too early for that, but I think we're going to run into resistance along it, especially along this wall, maybe right along this algo target. I might actually put a sell order there. Not, I don't know. At least take some profit there. And then I might let the rest ride and see if it breaks down any fib channels. But I think we're going to get some resistance along this blue channel line. And I think we're going to hit this algo target and maybe sell. I don't think we're just going to break out of this channel just in one little push here. If we do break out of this channel, let's got to get that stuff on there. All right, if we do break out of this channel, then it's kind of going to this larger log, channel that we have that encompasses all of the move. We kind of have bounced off this median line here. Next target would be if we kind of can get out of this channel and get some actual Elliott counts going and some fibs holding. Yeah, something along here. Maybe even something, along here. Maybe this is the channel that can take us to, prices that, are up here. I mean, these are, if this pivot holds, I mean, this, you got a price point at 80, you got a price point at 103, and then you got a price point at, 127. That's just for, 3 profit points. We could get an extreme move up here. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And that would all be within the channel as well, so it all plays. But that's getting ahead of yourself. That's just kind of creating the roadmap of potentials. But so far, we've got to, this structure now, in my opinion, has to start holding. I'm not going to let price come back down and, get into this realm without taking profit or considering that this breaks down. So for now, I think we're hoping that we get a little tag here. I might take a little bit of profit up here if we get there. But I think most of it I'm going to try to keep on here. And right now what this looks like to me is, since this did hold, 1, 2, 3, maybe we get a 4, and then, 5 up there. If we get a nice 5-wave structure, then, the next play is pulling it from here. And trying to see if you can get an add-on into this position. And that, this is just a 1, 2, and now we're putting in the third wave. And if that is the case, that this is a 1, 2, then you'd be looking again for targets, here for at least 100% for a 1, but ideally somewhere up here, which would test, start to test the boundaries of this channel. So for now, I think we'll just see what this structure wants to do, but this is great. Yeah, this was a really nice trade. I'm glad I took it. And I think I will remain in Bitcoin pretty heavily. I'm just going to check some of these other coins, see, what they're, this kind of has been double bottoming on its golden zone. I don't like being like, I always keep my stops up here. I don't want to let it do that. I'd be more interested in being a buyer down here. Ethereum, same thing. I have buy orders down here just in case it wants to go. If we start getting some nice structures, I talked a little bit about this coin in my last video, the ICP. This continues to be a nice channel. Could have been a buyer there for sure. If you want to, I wasn't around this weekend really, so I didn't want to actively trade, but yeah, I could have been a buyer there. I'll watch to see. Maybe we bounce off there. I'm going to hold on to this until we break, maybe this pivot. If we break through this, we start getting up here, I'll definitely consider being more of a buyer on a retracement. But yeah, we haven't even gotten through this pivot yet. Hit the golden zone. There's the second algo target for that pull. That gives us start to get a little bit of confluence of these pivots. We'll see. I would like to see that come down. Yeah, this one kind of bouncing off the golden zone. I got stopped out on that one too. I got another double bottom event. So, is this a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C for the 4? And it's holding this golden zone. Now we're going up for the 5 maybe. Who knows? I could see that. If we do print out a nice 5-wave structure, then at least, you have something more tangible that, 5-wave structure to buy in on the retracement on. So yeah, keeping an eye on alts, see what they want to do. But again, looking at this Bitcoin dominance chart, when these moves happen, when this starts to go on the rise, alts do get crushed. And I do think that if Bitcoin is going to make another run, it's because Bitcoin's going to decide whether this market gets bullish or not, to be honest. I mean, Bitcoin keeps slumping over, the whole other market kind of just goes with it. I thought maybe Ethereum would hold it up, and it has kind of seemed like it's held its own. But I think if Bitcoin wants to make an actual run here, you're gonna see these other coins lag behind a little bit, especially when Bitcoin makes its sharp retracements during the uptrends. But I'll keep an eye on that relationship to see if it changes my mind to want to get back into alts. Again, if we start getting to these, pivots down here, I definitely want to be a buyer, but I'm not too gung ho on this structure right now. And this is kind of the structure that seems to be making across the board. Buyer maybe down here, but not quite right now. So that's what I'm going to be watching over the next week or so, is to see what Bitcoin does here. Where I can potentially add on to my Bitcoin position, and how bad alts are getting beat up when Bitcoin's doing its thing. So we'll see. All right, guys, 10 minutes. Nice. See you guys.